Alright, where do I... Oh. More stairs. Alright. Thought I was gonna struggle trying to...
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
I would not feel comfortable living here.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of is a cool house. Would I want to live here? No. But it kind of is a cool house, you know? Hey.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. You know what this is for? You know? I'm about saying it ain't for tobacco either. My man getting blasted up in here.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh yeah.
He kept working.
Cutting up some fish.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
What's this do? Oh.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Oh shit. I'm not too good at this, guys.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on.
What they say is like, can you rub your head and pat your stomach? Bro, this is how I'm doing.
Encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Doggy.
On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
They love me.
He talked about starting a band. and he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery, but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
I'm still chopping fish's heads off, eh?
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Workaholic, substance abuse. This game's low-key deep. It's deep in a weird way.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for
Sinister serpents.
sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his
Silver harp. Seems pretty cool.
silver harp.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Ah, dang.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Eh.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. he began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
It's me. Oh, dead
I
fish.
still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
I'm king up in here. Ain't no one better than me.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Give a bow, give a bow. Thank you, thank you.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Become king. I'm gonna be king, man. I'm gonna be king.
Bend down his head.
Ah.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Damn. Guys, this game is deep. It's deep, but it's so weird.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Damn. At least he's got his high school diploma. Can't really say I did.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Hmm.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
The last night.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
What? Oh. House has many mysteries.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
I'm just walking straight, I guess.
I got turned around.
Never mind.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
The house.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Aww.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Bro, what? Oh, bro. Oh. Story by Giant Sparrow. Bro. Guys, that's the main reason why I wanted to finish this game, is because I knew there was gonna be like some just twist at the end, you know? I've only played one other story game, and I enjoyed it. You know, it was a horror game. I don't remember what it was called, but I actually enjoyed it. It was only like 2 or 3 episodes. Played it. I know I played it, I think, this year, but so when I heard this was a story game, I thought it was more horror, but no, I'm not really disappointed. It was pretty good. Again, I think I've said it like twice already, but I can't imagine it would be that fun watching, but I just like trying new things, and I, again, oddly enjoyed this game. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't like the greatest, you know, but it was a chill game. It was chill storytelling. I love the narration, how they just did the narrating, and the girl just talking about it. I mean, it was really good. Made me pretty emotional, I'm not gonna lie. Damn. But yeah, guys, I guess that's really it. I think I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep now. That ending made me pretty emotional, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the series, and Horizon Forbidden West, that's what's next. I've already got some of it recorded, but I really wanted to finish this series, this short little series, before I started that. So yeah, that's really it, guys. I will see y'all when we play Horizon, and that's it. I love you guys a lot, and peace out, everyone.